It's another Vida Blanca. What is on, everybody? What is on, everybody? Whatever. What's going on, everybody? Today, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. I miss live streaming. Yeah, big secret, everybody. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, really? Really? That's what you're going to talk about today? You miss live streaming? Let me let you in on a secret, Juice. The way you cannot miss it anymore? How about your live stream? No shit, you haven't think I thought about that? But it's not that simple, okay? You might notice I have a pretty decent little live stream setup. That's why this whole thing was born. I will say live streaming made my life as recording a YouTuber so much easier, dude. Back in the day when I was making comic review videos, I used to have to set up a camera in the corner of my room. I used to have to hit record, and I would have to make sure I had enough memory on the memory card and enough battery in my freaking camera to get those videos done. And man, when I didn't, or I went a little long and I didn't have backup stuff, it was a nightmare. And live streaming, this showing up and being able to like hook everything up to your computer and record from your computer has been a game changer for me. That's why I was able to record so much stuff, able to get it out so quickly, and then you're like, you can edit it right on your PC. Magical. So I love live streaming for that alone. But that's not why I miss live streaming. I miss it for a whole bunch of reasons, and I'll tell you why I haven't been doing it, or why I can't just simply go back to it later on in this video. But the reason why I miss live streaming is because, dude, it used to be so much fun. And I've had eras of live streaming, which is crazy. There was like an era when, before the first time I tried it, a lot of people weren't watching me. It was like 2 or 3 or whatever. And that was the early days. And then obviously, if you were there during my comic review channel, I would live stream during those days. And that could be between like 40 people watching to over 100 watching. And those days were pretty lit because it was just a lot of people just in there chatting it up. And like we were talking about the shows and all that jazz. And then some people would join up to freaking, play GTA, which was, one of the best games back in the day. Still pretty great game. And like people would just join up. And it was magical because we would always have full GTA lobbies. And which is, I don't think I could find enough people to join a GTA lobby today that actually know me and like will play the games and actually be a fun lobby and that's not a troll lobby. But man, it was just so amazing how the old live streams used to be. And then, I crashed and burned. I actually burnt my comic book channel to the ground, and I stopped live streaming for a while, and then I started live streaming again, and I've always been very sporadic with how I live streams. And then, when I officially quit my job to become a full-time live streamer, was probably around some of the best times I've ever live streamed. And unfortunately, it actually lasted longer than 2 months, but it was more like maybe like 5-6 months where I was being pretty consistent because COVID was a thing. So I was working less. So that meant I had more time to stream. And like I was slowly building that audience because I was able to have a consistent schedule with live streaming, which was pretty amazing. And so, when you have a consistent live stream and people can count on you to show up, people can count on you to go live, then they, can plan around to show up is what I should say. It was fun. We were building a small audience. We had a good mixture of people, and it was just cool. And people wanted to play games and stuff. I will say people really prefer when I was just chatting most of the time over playing a game, unless it was one game like Gang Beasts or something that everybody loved to watch. Was the only thing that people stuck around for. I always wanted to play solo games, but everybody left. But yeah, I don't know. I just loved. Like, I go back and look at some of the highlights and moments from live streaming, and there was just some fun shit, man. Like, people would come in and ask me questions, and I would just, like, kind of riff or do whatever. Or there'd be moments in games when I'm just, like, commentating, and, like, there's insane moments, and, like, everybody would laugh after it, and it was just, like, a good freaking time. And, like, I genuinely miss it. And like I said, I quit my job and I was like, all right, we're going full-time creator, baby. I'm going to be a YouTuber and a live streamer. And then, you know, that lasted for 2.5 months, and then panic attack, and bam, killed everything that I had ever dreamed for. But, you know, that is, you know, I've talked about that a million times. And then since then, I went up and down with live streaming. Like, it was very hard to come back after the whole panic attack and anxiety stuff, because I would sit here and, like, be just so anxious trying to stream and play games and be like, hey, hi guys, what's going on? Like, to the point where I had an anxiety, like, be right back screen, essentially. And it was just like, you know, anxiety break or something like that. And I would have to use that every once in a while during a live stream because I was just, like, so anxious. And, you know, like, I'm trying to, Okay, there was a cut in the video there because I genuinely, like, was trying to come, trying to come. That's a terrible other break right there. That is a terrible, look, I'm trying not to edit these vlogs, but that was I got something in my throat, and that was just like a perfect break in the video, and I have to leave it in there. So, a little bit of editing in this video. What I was trying to say was I was trying to come up with the words to really just say, like, that streaming really meant something for me. Like, streaming was just, you know, I haven't been in a relationship in a really long time, and I think there is going to be a video about loneliness at some point during this Vita vlog session. But, sorry, my mouth is very, like, I haven't drank water in a bit, so there's a lot of saliva, and I'm like, I need some water. But, like, I think why it was so easy to not worry about being in a relationship or not, like, you know, I didn't feel lonely, because that's something, yeah, there's definitely going to be a loneliness video later on. But streaming was able to fill that void, I think, of loneliness for a bit. And it was cool, because there was always somebody there to talk to. And over the last year or so, like, I've had streams where nobody showed up. And when you're, I don't know if anybody's ever talked about this before, especially, like, live streamers that have been big before or have had audiences before. But going from having a pretty, like, tight-knit group of people to having nobody sucks. And, like, I know some people are going to be watching this that do come to the live streams, and you do try to show up. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for always trying to make an effort to come. But for the most part, it's not like it used to be, right? And that is partly on me, you know? I wasn't expecting to have panic attacks. I could have tried to fight through it, but I think maybe my body was just trying to let me know that, like, dude, you're doing too much and you need to chill out. Which I think is also what happened in November. I think I was trying to do too much back in November, and that's why I cut live streaming totally out of, like, the picture right now. And, yeah, so, like, I have very fond memories of live streaming. I mean, every time I sit in this chair, I just feel like I could live stream. But then it's also like, oh, I probably should plan it, and I should actually have something to do, and, like, oh man, like, I should have let people know so they could actually show up. And yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, there's so many things, because, like, I'll be super hyped, and then you hit that go live button, and then nobody's there, and you're just like, womp, 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 womp. And, you know, that's partly on me. Like, I gotta get back in that mindset if I do live stream again, that, like, yo, you're starting from zero, homie. Like, you're going back to the old school days of doing nothing. And maybe I should just play single player games, you know? But who knows, since I'm gonna be by myself anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just, I have very fond memories of live streaming. I miss it a lot. But now, to talk about the reason why I don't just start live streaming, because I could. I mean, I'm filming this video right now. I could easily live stream if I wanted to. But I think the reason why I haven't is because coming into 2025, I told myself that I wasn't going to talk about a lot of things until I did them. Like, essentially, I've been following this quote that says, until it's done, tell none. And that's kind of why the Vita vlog, I didn't do, like, an intro video for the Vita vlog, or I did kind of. But I didn't do, like, a video saying that I was going to do Vita every day before Vita started. The first Vita vlog was me telling you that I was going to do Vita, because I already had it in my mind that I'm gonna do this thing. So I waited to do that. I wasn't, I don't think I told anybody in my Discord that I was gonna do Vita. I might have told a friend. I actually got the idea from a friend. I think I might have talked about that in the first video. But I got the idea to vlog, and it just so happened to be April, and I was like, why don't I do Vita? That's kind of how that came together. And so I am really trying to keep things under wraps until I actually do them. And, you know, back in the day, there was, I wanted to do like an anxiety week where I was going to stream 7 days in a row, no matter what. And I was going to test how I feel and how like I do with anxiety. And I do think if I ever come back to streaming, that is probably what's going to be the first thing I do when I get back. I'm going to have an anxiety week where I stream 7 days in a row. But I also think if I do that, I should have a plan that I'm coming back to streaming at least like once a week or something like that. But I also think like once a week isn't even worth it, to be honest. I think if you're going to be a streamer, you should at least shoot for like 3 times a week. I genuinely think that's the case. I think that's the best thing to do because at least you could hit every other day, essentially. And that's like somewhat consistent. But I don't even know if that's in the cards right now. But it could be because one of the reasons why I was kind of thinking about coming back to streaming is because I wasn't taking YouTube that serious anymore. Like a lot of the times when I stop streaming or I quit is because of extremely low viewership and also because I'm like I need to focus on YouTube and I can't do both. But, you know, after this Vita vlog, after all 30 days happens, which I'm hoping I do get through all 30 days, I'll more than likely take another break from YouTube, unless it goes really well. If these videos start popping off, like, towards the end, like, let's say the last, like, 10 to 5 start popping off, then I'll come up with a plan to continue doing YouTube. But if they all end with, like, 100 views, then I'm like, okay, you know, cool little experiment. I got better at being back on camera. I do feel my anxiety is a lot lower than it's been. It's still there. I still feel it every day. But it's been a lot lower, and I don't know if that's because my mind is focused on a project. So that it would all depend. But when it comes to streaming, I think, all right, let's just say YouTube has no prospects after this, and I can just go back to making a video when I want to make a video. Then live streaming becomes more of a possibility because since I know YouTube isn't going to be as important, I could plan 3 streams a week or something like that if I wanted to. And the cool thing about that is if I were to stream, I could turn, let's say, like the old Juice from the Box channel, just make that into just clips from the stream. I know a lot of people would probably be annoyed by that with that channel, but at the same time, like that channel is dead. That channel is dead. I would love to re-monetize that channel somehow, but that channel would need more content. And even if I just make it, like, continue making it a video game channel, that might be the best thing to do. And just put a bunch of clip channels and clip stuff over there that I just have fun with or whatever. Or maybe I just do the shorts over there. So I don't know. I could, like, part of me so wants to revive that channel, but I can't justify putting in time to a channel that granted, I'm glad I have the subscribers on, but getting the watch time and monetization on that again would be tough. I could live stream on that channel to get the watch time up, which would really help remonetize it. But also, I don't know if YouTube is going to be picky because they're going to be like, we see that you have spicy content on this channel, and we don't like that, and we don't want to give you money. I don't know if that would be a thing, too, because that was pretty rough for a while when I was making that kind of content. I still thought it was fun, though. But yeah, so that's kind of like the state of live streaming right now. If I were to come back, it would probably start with an anxiety week, and I would have to really, like, commit. Like, I would have to tell myself for, like, the next 3 months, we are going to try out this live streaming shit and see where it goes. And I just don't know if that's in the cards right now, because I am working on a lot of stuff. And I think I would really have to tell myself that YouTube is going to be on the back burner until, like, and we're going to test out this live streaming stuff. Because I think I might have talked about this on stream before. If live streaming would have been a legitimate career path for me, like, I'm talking about, like, we started getting to, like, 100 viewers, 200 viewers, 300 viewers, and I was able to pay my bills with it, dude, I would have much rather started being a live streamer than a YouTuber. I think I could have easily fit in YouTube videos every once in a while, but for the most part, I would have loved just being a live streamer, playing video games all the time and just chilling with chat and having a good time. Like, I love that. But my anxiety, unfortunately, has been a big reason why I haven't been able to do that because like dude, I don't it's hard to explain unless you are somebody that has been through it, but feeling anxious and thinking you're gonna have a panic attack on stream sucks. It is a terrible feeling because I can suffer alone, like here. I'll go to my bed and I'll chill and I'll do whatever to like try to like get my panic attack to come down. I don't want to have one of those on stream, you know what I mean? That's not something I want to experience and people deal with. Now, granted, that would be a real moment and people would be like, "Dude, like oh, I relate and whatnot." And that would be great, but it's still not fun to know like that you're going through a panic attack on stream. You know what I mean? It's just like it's one thing to know you have them. It's a second thing to watch yourself have them on video, you know? So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on and the reason why I haven't done live streaming. I do also think if I do come back, look, man, as much as I know a lot of people hate it, a lot of people hate Twitch and all that stuff. I might have to take if I'm gonna come back and if I'm gonna continue doing multi-streaming, I might have to take the Foozly strat. And if you don't know who Foozly is, awesome creator, you should go check her out. I think she's hilarious. I might have to take the Foozly strat and live stream on Twitch and YouTube, but take away YouTube's chat. I think that might be something I have to do because a lot of people are like, I want to watch on YouTube. It's a better viewing experience. I agree it is 100%, but the chat experience on YouTube sucks. I'm sorry. The chat is pretty garbage. I love how Twitch is very colorful. It has emotes and like I got a bunch of emotes over on Twitch and you're not able to do like, animation emotes on YouTube. And dude, I was praying so much that YouTube was going to improve live streaming and they never fucking did. In the last 4 years, they have never done that. And, yeah, I think that's what I would be. So just if you are somebody that's hoping for Juice from the Box live streams in the future, just know I'll more than likely be, if I multi-stream, I'm going to do it, and I'll probably take away access to YouTube chat, because I've seen that work with Foozly. Like, there are people, like lurkers, if you're going to lurk, you can lurk on YouTube and just watch on YouTube the whole time. But if you want to chat, you'll have to, like, at least do the pop-out chat on Twitch. And, yeah, I don't know. So I think that would be kind of where I go with it if I were to live stream again. But I genuinely miss it. For anybody that's been, was a lurker or was a viewer of the live streams, I do miss them. I do miss hanging out with chat. I do miss playing games live. Although I will say, I do kind of like also playing games off stream. I'm gonna sneeze. This video already has a few edits in it anyways. But, yeah, so that's kind of it. I miss live streaming. I'm hoping that there will be a live stream at some point. I do think I might need a live stream pretty soon, unless I get out some reaction videos, because I haven't posted anything on my reaction channel in a while, and I think YouTube's gonna get mad and take monetization away, like they did with the original Juice from the Box channel. So I might have to do that soon, or do a reaction video. But yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I miss live streaming. If you were part of the live stream crew and you miss it too, let me know in the comment section. But that's it for this Vita vlog, and I hope in the future I see you in a live stream. But next time, I'll see you in the Vita vlog. Yeah.